Benks has been sending me cases for about 1 year now, and they keep getting better and better. This ArmorPro Aurora case for the iPhone 16 Pro is their best case so far. Let me explain why. I have a lot of cases from Benks now because they've been sending me them for over a year at this point for me to review. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that my favorite cases are the Kevlar cases, and my favorite Kevlar cases are the Armor Air cases. The ArmorPro cases from Benks feature more coverage and hence more protection, but I never really found the extra bulk to give me any benefits, and they just didn't look as nice. Now, however, Benks has sent me a case that may just tempt me away from the ultra-thin cases. It's the Aurora Armor Pro case, and it's very different to the Pro Kevlar cases I've seen before. So if you think that all ArmorPro cases are the same and it's just different colors, think again. Let's have a look at the original Kevlar Armor Pro case that they sent me when the iPhone 16 just launched. It's this one here, and there's a review of this linked in the description if you want to check that out. Now, while I liked a lot about this case, I did not like the buttons just being cutouts of the case material. As you can see here, they're not metal like they used to be. I find that a premium Kevlar case deserves to have independent floating metal buttons like the iPhone 15 Pro Armor Air case did. This is for the iPhone 15, and you can see it did have some very nice metal buttons, metal floating buttons, gave it a nice clicky feel. The Armor Pro case for the 16 Pro did not, and I was a bit disappointed. I did mention that in my review. Now, Benks have totally fixed that design by designing some of the best buttons I've ever seen on any case. Not only are they metal, but they are the correct color, that's black. They're even extra special because they don't just come straight out of the case like the 15 Pro case did. They have like their own little mounds which slope up to the buttons gracefully, as you can see it there. The orange action button has also returned, giving it a spot of color as it was before. The other thing that makes the ArmorPro case, the Aurora Armor Pro case special, if you hold the Armor Air case up to it like that, you can see the same kind of cutout pattern. The only difference is that the button cutouts have been filled out with some rubber and, of course, some buttons. And same on the other side as well. And this is what makes this case the kind of the best of both worlds for people who like Kevlar cases. You get a look and feel of the Armor Air with the wraparound Kevlar, but you also get better bump protection and button coverage of the ArmorPro. So let's take a closer look at this curving Kevlar now. So the corner folds are superbly done as always. At the top there, you can see how it folds symmetrically along the corner. Let's try and get that in focus. Very nice, well done folds. The Kevlar also curves around the buttons as I showed you before. I did notice a little bit of asymmetry, however, on this side. You can see that on this side, on the left here, the Kevlar is curved. Around the camera control, Kevlar just kind of goes straight. If they were all like the volume button side where you have that nice curve, I think it would look better. Now, the texture of the Kevlar is rough, very similar to the Golden Tide case I reviewed before. This is possibly a new thing from Benks because the old style of Kevlar was smooth to the touch. Like, for example, this Armor Air montage case for the iPhone 15 Pro. It's quite smooth to the touch. Now, the Kevlar has a very rough texture. This means that you have more to hold on to, and indeed the grip of this case feels more secure than the older cases. But the downside is that I'm just not used to a phone case feeling rough like this, and it can feel a bit weird at first. I'll be honest, I'm still not used to it, and when I feel it when picking up the phone or grabbing it out of my pocket, I just kind of get a little bit of an ick. This is something I can't quite explain, maybe it's just a me thing, but I do prefer this smooth Kevlar that we had before. Now, obviously looks are personal preference, but this case has all the ingredients for a top-of-the-line premium case. Obviously, being a mainly dark case, it's going to match the black titanium iPhone the best. The camera ring is metal, and I can tell that because it's cold to the touch, and there's a tiny bit of Benks branding on the side here, which consists of some tasteful engraving, and that's the only branding you'll find anywhere on the exterior of this case. Now, speaking of the exterior, let's have a look at the exterior build now. It is really well put together with no visible seams anywhere, which is more than I can say about the Apple silicone case. The Apple silicone case has got quite a visible seam going up the middle like that. So no visible seams on the Aurora ArmorPro case. The boundaries between the Kevlar and the rubber sections are also completely seamless. Not a hint of a join at all. I don't know how they managed to get that so seamless. I can't see any manufacturing marks anywhere on this, and that is a sign of quality. So the USB port cutout is nice and big and also perfectly centered. It's big enough to get pretty much any cable that you want to fit in there. The speaker and microphone holes are literally a set of holes, very accurately drilled into the case, and they line up perfectly with the holes in the actual iPhone itself. This design means that less dust is going to get in, as opposed to the cases just have a big long slit, like this one, for example. This is the Armor Air case. Now for the camera control, we have a cutout, and like right now, I don't even care what happened to this button because I just don't even use it at all. But of course, a sapphire flat button would have looked better than a cutout like you do on the original Apple case as well. But as I said, I don't really use this button at all, so I couldn't care less. Now moving to the interior now, impromptu case takeoff test. There we go. As you can see, it is a bit stiff, but it's not that bad really. So the first thing is, of course, no microfiber lining. Now this is common throughout the Benks lineup, and I've become okay with this, especially on the ultra thin cases and even the medium thin cases like this one. Now this used to be an issue back in the day, but nowadays the phone finishes tend to be very durable, and I haven't had any issues with any dust scratching the phone for years now. Now although there's no microfiber lining, thankfully the inside of the case is a soft rubber and shouldn't damage the phone. Even the metal camera ring is kind of like away from the phone surface. If you look at the old design, you can see that the metal camera ring kind of was a little bit exposed, although there was rubber protection as well. But now the camera ring kind of ends even before the phone starts. So if you were concerned about the metal camera ring scratching the phone, you don't have to worry about that in this case either. Now looking at the bump protection, now Kevlar is very strong, and personally I think this will protect your phone from most usual drops. So I don't think this case is going to break if you drop the phone. And for added bump protection, you have got these shock absorbing grooves all around the inside, on all sides. So on the sides, on the top, other side, and on the bottom, you've got all these shock absorbing grooves. So I think this is going to offer quite a bit of protection for your phone actually. And of course it gives you all around protection on all four sides, except for the screen, of course. So you've already seen a takeoff test. Now let's do the put on test. And I always put the power button first now. And in, that was pretty easy, as you can see, no problems there. The case grips the phone really solidly, and it's not gonna come away. There's no give at all on the top, bottom, or the side. I think the Kevlar coming up the sides of the case helps a lot here, as it adds rigidity to the sides, whereas other cases with only rubber sides, like these ones, because rubber is much more flexible. Now unlike the Golden Tide case, this one is not as tight, so I have no problems whatsoever taking this case on and off, as you've seen me do it. Now as far as the grip is concerned, this is one of the grippiest Kevlar cases I've tried, because not only do you have the rough Kevlar on the sides, but you also have the rubberized areas around the button. So this case is grippy AF. Like, no matter how you hold this case, you're gonna find some grip on it. As I mentioned before, the buttons are the best buttons I've used on a case. They are floating metal, well machined, and black to match the case as well. The action button has a small accent, as I've said. It's not too in your face, but it just has a different surface feel as well. So if you're trying to if you're trying to press it in your pocket or something, you can easily feel which button that is. So if you wanted to start your phone recording a video before you even pull it out of your pocket, for example, you're going to be able to do that. Let's do a quick click test now of the buttons. I'll hold it up to the mic. First, volume buttons. Action button. And now for the side button. Yeah, so very nice and clicky. So as far as dirt goes, the case has a matte finish, so it kind of stays clean, except if you have extremely greasy fingers, in which case you will end up with some shiny marks on the case, just like with the Golden Tide one. They can also easily pick up oils from your face, like really quickly. Like, let's see. There we go. So that's my face. Yeah, yuck. But but so it gets a bit shiny, but it does wipe off really easily with anything like tissue. So a quick wipe with a tissue or cloth or whatever cloth or whatever t-shirt you happen to be wearing, and it's good as new. Now, speaking about front glass protection, you can see I still have my screen protector on this phone. Let's give it a little wipe down. And even with a screen protector on, it does have a very slight raise over the level of the screen protector. It's not a lot. You could probably get a piece of paper in there, but it's enough to protect your phone, like your screen protector. Like if you put it flat down on a surface or something, it will, your screen protector wouldn't be coming into contact with the surface itself. Of course, if you don't use a screen protector, then there'll be a bigger gap between the phone screen and the surface. Let's just see if you can kind of see it there. Yeah, it's about a piece of paper in razivity there. The camera protector is also similarly really good. Let me give this a little bit of a wipe down. It has about the same amount of camera protection as all the other cases for Benks, which is to say quite a lot. There is quite a lot of gap there between the surface of the camera and the camera protection ring. If I can find something flat, like this phone box for example, and put it there, you can kind of see that gap. Yeah, there is enough protection there for the camera lens without making the phone itself too bulky. It's a close-up of the camera protector. You got your little Benks branding, and that's about it. Metal, nice. And now lastly, the Benks camera protector is my favorite of any phone case because it makes the phone wobble free due to how extended it is width-wise. So you can press there and make it wobble, of course, but like on most of the screen, it's not going to wobble on your desk as much as other phone cases can. Now, of course, this phone case also has MagSafe as expected. So I've got my anchor charger here, which is my test bed really for MagSafe, and it allows you to use all of the MagSafe accessories as usual. So as for the strength, to me, the strength is just right, making sure it stays on, but not so strong that you have to hold down the charger to get it off. As you can see, I can easily take it off with just one hand. Put it into nightstand mode and all that stuff, and easily just take it off with one hand. Let's see how strong it is now. If I try to lift the charger, it does lift. It does lift, and also, yeah, you see, it is pretty strong, but not too strong that you can't easily get the phone off without doing all kinds of crazy gymnastics. Now, just for this case, you can get a matching pop stand, which I have a whole dedicated video to as well. You'll see a link to that in the description. I really like these stands because they're really versatile. Now, I haven't got the matching pop stand, but I do have this black one, which looks pretty good on the case as well because it kind of matches my black iPhone 16 Pro. That looks pretty good. And of course, with this stand, you can do all sorts of cool things like stand your phone up like that, or even turn it sideways so you can watch like movies and videos and stuff like this, or you can like use it as some kind of holder for your phone if you're using the camera. And of course, it's got the middle piece as well, which you can pop out, put it between your fingers like that, and that also holds your phone up. Where's the camera on? Yep. I think the matching one would look really good, like it does on the Golden Tide case. Here's the Golden Tide case with its matching pop stand. That looks super amazing. I think if you did get the matching Aurora pop stand as well, that'll look really good. In fact, you know what? How about if they make an ArmorPro case in the Golden Tide colors? Yeah, that would look really good. Can you imagine like these gaps here filled up with the black button? That'd look really good. Benks, if you're listening, please make an ArmorPro style case in the Golden Tide colors, please. So in conclusion, this is hands down the best third-party full coverage case for the iPhone 16 Pro that I have seen so far. It gives you all the benefits of Kevlar and having full all-around protection. Now, it's not a stunner like the Golden Tide is. Obviously, this is the like next level colors you have going here, but it is classy in its own way, in its own like laid back sort of way. Kevlar cases are perfect in my opinion, offering the best balance of protection while also maintaining the intended size and form factor of the phone. So would the Aurora Armor Pro be my main case for the iPhone 16 Pro? Well, it won't be my main. It's going to be running about 50-50 with my Apple silicone case because I'm still too much of an all black fan to go back to anything else full time. But obviously you can see how much more stylish the Aurora case is than just a plain black silicone iPhone case. But you know what? You make your own decision. Everyone's gonna have different tastes. So hey, thank you for watching. This video is sponsored by you liking and subscribing, so please go ahead and do that if you made it this far and you liked the video and you want to see more from me. If you want to buy this case, the link is down below. I don't get anything if you do this, but you can still use my discount code VINES15 to get 15% off your entire shopping basket. Benks also have some Black Friday deals going on right now. So if you buy a case, you're going to get the screen protector free. The same screen protector you saw featured in this video, you're going to get it free of charge. I hope that deal is still on. Lastly, check out www.vinegeography.com where you can buy some prints on mugs, yoga mats, and lots of other things. So until next time, click the videos up here as YouTube think it's something that you will be interested in. And until next time, bye for now.